became Catholic during a MANIC episode. So the problem with relativism, modesty in dress as a young woman, would love to hear your thoughts. My ex diagnosed me with bipolar. How can we handle people who claim there are errors in the Bible, tens of thousands of copying errors? We broke into an abandoned mental hospital. I want to go to purgatory.
I thought I wanted it easy, but easy never needed you.
Hey guys, it's Lizzie. Today I'm doing a Q&A unboxing video. I have a ton of questions from my Instagram and Facebook page. So I just became a FabFitFun partner. So they sent me this box and I have not opened it at all. So I filmed this on several different days just so I could try out all the products. I was honestly so amazed how much I loved everything. They're giving you all of these full-size products and I think it's 200 plus amount of what you're actually getting in the box. So this is the winter box. This is 4 times larger than what I was expecting. This is $50, but you can use my discount code Lizzie10 and get $10 off. Oh my gosh, a $60 gift card to HelloFresh. Already, you're getting more money than you paid for. What I really like about this company is it's things that everyone wants. Other monthly things I've done, it's been really bizarre products. I got a knife. I can never find the scissors in our apartment, so I always just end up grabbing a knife to open packages and stuff. One of my roommates and I, she actually is bipolar, which explains a lot, but we broke into an abandoned mental hospital once and she literally brought a knife. And that's kind of what the deal is now when we walk around at night. She brings her knife and her taser. So this is the necklace. How should we think about heaven? Let heaven affect us while we're here on earth. Should we think of it as an actual place, a state of being, etc.? Heaven is a real, actual place. Like we say in the creed, I look forward to the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come. So the kingdom of heaven is a reality. We will be bodily resurrected like Jesus was. But when Jesus was on earth, he constantly said, the kingdom of heaven is coming near. Jesus was referring to himself. Jesus on earth is the kingdom of heaven. But this book called Jesus by Ratzinger, Pope Benedict XVI. So chapter 3, the gospel of the kingdom of God, it talks about how the kingdom of heaven being brought to earth is Jesus having kingship of our life. Catholicism really heavily emphasizes bringing heaven to earth. So Jesus is present in us and we're beginning the first fruits of heaven with how we live right now. So the next thing I'm gonna open is this highlight stick from Thrive Cosmetics. I know I already said this, but I had so many things on a list of beauty products I needed to buy that I was out of, and everything in this box is literally what I needed to buy. I love it! It looks so good. People always comment in my videos when my highlight looks good. I legit will use this all the time. abear2691. Are you self-taught on theology or did you go to school? Both. I studied philosophy and religion at Pepperdine, so I took about 15 classes on Greco-Roman Empire, Second Temple Judaism, Greek, biblical interpretation, literary genres of the books of the Bible. In philosophy of religion, we did read a little bit of Aquinas, and I took some political philosophy, political theology classes from a Catholic professor, so we read a lot of Augustine in those classes. But I've explained this in a lot of videos. Protestant religion departments do not focus on church history, so I had to read on my own a ton of church history stuff to become Catholic. I really am curious about what is this. I'm always freezing. You guys don't understand because you guys don't live with me, but I'm always dying. So the first thing, I slept with this blanket. This is a full-size blanket too. It's huge. It's so soft. I wish you guys could feel the fabric. Vince for Legend. How did you figure out that you were bipolar? My ex diagnosed me with bipolar. He went to a therapist to talk about our relationship, and the therapist said that I probably have bipolar disorder, but I didn't take it seriously at all. This was right around the time of the breakup. So my ex-boyfriend is saying, you're bipolar. So obviously I interpret that as him just saying I am emotionally crazy. Then a year later, when I was diagnosed with major depression, I started paying attention. I started noticing I would be in severe depression for 3 weeks, and then I would spike up into mania and then back into depression. So now we are trying on more makeup. This is Bite in Meringue. So this is a light pink color. It's like a nude, but a pink nude, like a ballet pink. You speak a lot about how bad relativism is, but why do you think that? What philosophically is wrong with it, and how would you defend the idea of an ultimate truth? So the problem with relativism is it is self-refuting. So by saying relativism is true, you're making an absolutist statement. Does that make sense though? It's just inherently is self-refuting. I went to a very atheist high school, and we had a philosophy class, and all these people who were atheists believed in relativism. And I think without a deity, without a god, there legit is nothing grounding morality, nothing defining morality. One thing that I do talk about a lot is called perspectivism. My philosophy of knowledge is that it's really, really, really rare for anyone to be able to claim that they know 100% that their belief is truth. Does that make sense? I think there is a truth, but for a lot of things, we cannot prove 100% that what we believe is true. Most people are not gonna say that the Holocaust is not objectively evil. And the way people argue really makes me believe that most people cannot be relativists. When I argue with people, I ask questions and try to understand their perspective. And I say that I'm sorry and I was wrong, when from my perspective, I'm not sorry and I don't think I was wrong. But I understand that my perspective may not be aligned with truth. This is my favorite product. I'm going to buy this for the rest of my life. I'm so thankful they put this in the box. Since I've been using this, it's completely transformed my skin. Like, my skin is so smooth all the time. I put this just on dry parts of my skin. One time I put it on my entire face and it was so smooth. I mean it. I'm gonna use for the rest of my life and gift to people as well. And I am gifting to you guys because I'm giving you the $10 off. How does your relationship change with God with bipolar? This is my Bible from 2016, 2017. I wanted to show you guys just because I was so manic. Like, look at this. The amount of underlining. Look at this thing. I'm literally drawing and writing. It's literally called hyperspirituality. It's a symptom in mania. I feel constantly spiritually thirsty and needing God, like wanting God, desiring God so much, and I'll spend 3 hours a day praying, reading my Bible. It's just so extreme. And then when I'm in depression, I go from feeling so peaceful and joyful, feel God so closely, to nothing, where I feel no emotion towards God at all, and it's hell. Literally what hell is.
Your acid rain in an endless drought.
But I became Catholic during a manic episode in 2017, the beginning of 2017. That is where this Bible is from, but I just research constantly. 3 hours a day, reading my Bible, 2 hours a day, while uploading 3 times a week. I just get obsessed, manic obsessed, reading constantly, researching constantly. So it's 100 and 0. But I feel like staying strong as a person, just praying a lot and reading through the Psalms, the epistles, but just praying and bringing everything to God. Do not worry about anything, but pray about everything. It is amazing. I feel God working in me so strongly. When I'm really, really scared or crying or awful, I just pray and bring it before God, and I feel like I literally have this peace protection around me, because it can be the most scary, terrifying, awful situation, but once I pray and talk to God about it, I have so much peace in my life. It's like the world cannot get to me and affect me. I have not opened this yet. Black eye mask. This is what it looks like, and oh wow, it has a lot of them. I am so excited. I'm obsessed with face masks. Hey guys, so I'm gonna try out the black eye mask. I checked their website. It's such a deal because if you were gonna separately buy this, it's $30. It feels kind of like flubber. Oh, silly putty. That's what this feels like. Ooh, it's so cooling. It's not a good makeup look. It's the opposite because you're trying to get rid of dark circles, but then this is the darkest circle they're putting under your eye. So it's been a little over 15 minutes, so I'm going to remove them. It feels so... I feel so refreshed and light and hydrated. How can we handle people who claim there are errors in the Bible? How do we refute this? People will make claims about tens of thousands of copying errors. So a majority of the copying errors are a movable nu. It looks like a V, but it's a Greek letter that is pronounced like N. So I'm just showing you a basic verb conjugation. Third person plural, lusin. It could be lusi or lusin. So like I said, the nu is the N sound. So the V at the end, we put it in parentheses because it's optional. And so in my Greek class, if we had a quiz and we had to write out the conjugation of a specific type of a verb, you could put it with the nu or not with the nu. Usually I would put the nu in parentheses, but both are the right answer. So it does not change the meaning at all. This I have not tried out yet. Over the knee. These are over the knee textured socks. Oh my gosh, these are perfect! How did your views on purgatory change? My dad believes in purgatory, even though he's not a Catholic, and so I always kind of had that influence my whole life. My priest described it to me as not a period of time, but an amount of pressure. I don't know when it clicked, but I feel like it's very intuitive, where if you're dying to yourself and changing so much on earth, it's really, really painful. Like, this is purgatory in a sense, in that we're shaping ourselves to be fully a saint and to be like Christ. And so I want to go to purgatory. I want to change all the way. I want to be the most Christ-like I could possibly be before I get to heaven. So next, I want to open this bear paw. I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's winter clothes. I'm visiting Trevor in a week in Nashville. He's gonna be so proud of me because I do not own any winter clothes. This winter is worse than past years, so he's been really intense and he's like, Liz, you're literally gonna die. Like, buy new clothes. Hey guys, so I'm outside right now trying this winter gear. It is 50 degrees in Nashville with lots of wind. These are the gloves, your fingers can be out. You can also unbutton these things and turn them into mittens if it's really cold. Emily says, what is your opinion on Constantine's conversion to Christianity? I'm a very optimistic perfection. Everyone's pure and truthful. So I obviously want to believe it's real, but it probably was a bit of both. Maybe he discovered it for the wrong reason. Some amount of him must have believed it, and it must have been real. Who is your favorite philosopher and why? Also, are you more into a particular period, medievals, Enlightenment thinkers? I definitely love modern. Peter Van Inwagen is my favorite philosopher. He writes a lot about philosophy of religion, philosophy of mind. He's actually Catholic. And I had no idea, but I loved his writing so much. One of the things I learned from him, so he's similar to Descartes in that he believes every single moment God is infusing everything physical with spiritual powers. And so Van Inwagen's theology of miracles, so a miracle is just giving more power. So a lot of atheists or agnostics will say a miracle is impossible. How do you explain a miracle? Every single moment is a miracle according to that definition. I'm gonna link below, but all of his papers are available free online on this website. I am wearing clothes, I promise. So this is a body whipped cream. So like I said, my skin is always dry. It's the perfect mixture of really thick, heavy cream. Ooh, it also has a really nice cooling effect. It smells really, really natural. Abby Nider, modesty in dress as a young woman. Would love to hear your thoughts as I wear a bra shirt. I wear this as a shirt all the time. I'm so excited though. I'm uploading a modest clothing haul really soon. I literally challenged myself to only buy modest clothes. It was so hard, but not actually that hard because winter and fall clothes, of course, they're gonna cover you up more. Vicky Rangel. Hi Lizzie, you're so beautiful. I love you. I love you too. I'm bipolar, and when I listen to a sad song or a love song, I can feel the emotions of the melody and the lyrics so intensely. Yes, I have such a relationship with music. Like, I listen to music constantly and I feel it so intensely, and I'll listen to songs on repeat. It's like I'm sad or in love even if I'm really not. Yes, empathy is such a huge thing. I feel people's emotions when they talk about what they're going through, or if I read about something in the news. So it's with songs too where I get so immersed, and I've actually had problems where if I listen to really sad breakup songs. Right now I'm in love and in a healthy relationship, but in the past, if I've been really hurting from something, I tend to ruminate and ruminate and ruminate because I'll listen to really, really sad songs all the time. So give yourself a break and don't constantly force yourself to ruminate. It's not healthy. Young Church of Christ member here. Theologically, what advice would you give someone like me? So as you guys know, I grew up in Churches of Christ, and my advice is follow COC's mantras about being like the early church and going by the Bible, especially the early church. That was emphasized so much in my churches growing up, and it made me leave Protestantism because once I actually started looking in depth, reading in depth about what early Christians believed, they had bishops, they believed in real presence, super Catholic. So these were all the products in the box. Obviously, I loved them. I had so much fun unboxing this with you guys. I super love this brand and will start getting the box every single season. It's just everything I needed in my makeup, skincare routine. I'm gonna link it below so you guys can order your own. I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye!